What's up, Wings? How you doing? Wait a second. What about PlayStation? What about PlayStation? What, PlayStation do something? Something I don't know? What? What about the Red Sox? What? 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 You not a Red Sox fan? Yes. Yes. Mm. You act. You actually spent $1,000 on one of those damn things, man. You must be loaded. He spent his best years as a Florida Maryland. Yeah, that's what many say. That's what many say. But heck, I don't know. There's no. No, they're still tight. No, they're still. Ah, shit. Damn it. There's still time. Oh, thank you, Killa. Well, if you guys got any gaming or channel questions, feel free to throw them. We're in October. I'm not sure if anyone who follows me on Instagram, but I did pick this up. And I'm thinking of whether I should like work on it now or like save it for the 100K subscriber special. Like I'll do a live stream and I'll just record myself building this. And I love that this actually comes with a copy of the very first video game I ever played in my life, which was Super Mario Land. Not a lot of people talk about that game, but yeah, it actually comes with like 2 games. So yeah, I'm on the fence of, I've been wanting to work on this, but I'm like, well, should we save it for a special occasion? So that's what's going on with me. You spent $600. What the heck is up? I'm okay, Commander Shepard. How's your day going? Looking back, I'm glad you used Raiden as he was. I decided to get. Oh no! Oh yeah! No, if I'd used him during Raiden, that would have been a stomp. I mean, Raiden still ended up winning, but I'm saying it would be a much more closer fight. But yeah, dude, no, Raiden and Rising would have totally destroyed Gray Fox. It wouldn't have even been a fight. Where's the Indiana Jones review? I decided not to do it. It doesn't seem fair to a game I ended up not liking after playing it for. It felt like 20 hours. It looks like it was like 2 or 3 hours. Had a lot of problems with the game, and it's kind of one of those things where there's no need to do a review on a game that's almost a year old that most people have liked. So I decided, you know what? We don't need to do a review. We need to keep our eyes and focus on Ghost, which my collector's edition should be arriving hopefully tomorrow, which if it does, I'll be sure to do an unboxing for that. So that's where my positive energy is focused. My review for Indiana Jones was going to be seriously negative, so that's why I decided just not to do it. eBay or Amazon? Killa, I use both, but I guess on average, I guess I use Amazon more. Who are my top five favorite baseball players? You know what? I might save that for a video. So, I don't know. I'll let you know if I'll let you know if I feel like doing that video. That's a good video. You saw the Lego Game Boy at Sam's Club. They're making a Simpsons 2 movie. Yes, I know. I don't know. I haven't watched The Simpsons in a long time. I did see the first one, but I don't really think I need to see another Simpsons movie. Chiller Moon. I'll let you know my thoughts on those Metal Gears since you started finishing. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you have fun with them. What did you not like about it? Okay. The problem with it is that it's way too stealthy. It was way too slow. I didn't like so much sneaking around. I expected something like a little bit more action, but it really ended up playing like a much slower version of Chronicles of Riddick. And I think for Riddick, stealth makes sense because of his character. And I rewatched all the movies. And I was like, how much stealth did Indiana Jones actually do? But like that's the main focus. And it got to a point where it's just like, well, let's see. We can spend 40 minutes sneaking around this courtyard while a bunch of Nazis are around, or I can just pick up this shovel and just bash them all over the head. And I didn't like how your weapons break. Like, how hard is Indiana Jones hitting people with these weapons that should not break? Like, I don't care. If I'm hitting someone over the head with a shovel, he must be hitting them so hard he breaks the shovel. He must be hitting them so hard he is killing these people. So it just got too slow, and it got to the point where I completely forgot what I was supposed to be doing. Like it was just too slow. Like, and when 2.5 hours felt like 20 hours, I just wasn't having fun. I did watch the entire cutscenes in like 5 hours, and I was like, this is way too long. Like, I can't, like, this is how much I was not having this is how much I was not enjoying Indiana Jones, whatever it was. I would have preferred watching the last movie, which I hated, than play that game again. Like, that's how much I was like not liking the game. Like, there was like I mean, I didn't even get to use my gun once. Like, and I spent all this time like trying to find little disguises and sneaking around. I'd be like, you know what? Why don't I just grab something heavy and just start beating up everybody? Like, that sounded more fun than what I was doing. But yeah, overall, I just wasn't having fun with it. Like, that's how much I was like disliking it. I was like, I don't like. I'm looking at the reviews. Everybody loves this game. Better keep these negative thoughts to myself, apart from my live stream. So that's my review on it. Worse than Silent Hill F. I didn't play Silent Hill F. I'm not a Silent Hill person. What type of game genre is Devil May Cry games? Those are hack and slash. Easy. They're all hack and slashes. Black Wolf. The battle with Casson would have been interesting. Yeah, it could have been. Can you do a Lego collection? I could. I mean, do you want to see a video of my Lego collection? Because my collection is tiny compared to my sister's Lego collection. In fact, a lot of my collection is just a lot of Legos she built. I've got maybe 4 Lego sets that I've actually built myself. The other ones are like Lego sets that my sister built that she gave me because she didn't have enough room. Like, her room is infested with Legos. She has probably close to $25,000 worth of Legos, and that's like a hobby. Like, she should be on like Master Builder or something. Like, that's how much she loves Legos, and she's been doing this since Dad died. Like, if I ever show you her room, it is literally infested with Lego sets, and like, she pretty much gave me like all the Batmobiles. Like, all the Batmobiles she built, she didn't have room. She just gave them to me because she knew I was a Batman fan. I'll show you this one. Like, Yeah, like this one. Yeah, like this is the Lego Batman. This is the Tim Burton Batmobile made of Legos. I did not build this. My sister built this, and I have all the Batmobiles. She just gave them to me. So I actually have. I have the Tumbler. I have the Pattinson. I have his Batmobile. I think I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get the Val Kilmer Batmobile as well as the George Clooney Batmobile. I also have the animated series Batmobile. I got like two of the Tumblr ones. I got like a smaller one. But yeah, if I can do a video of my Legos, but like I'm telling you, her collection is way bigger. The Simpson movie 2 comes out the day you turn 26, or well, maybe go see it as a birthday present. You had Lego Batman 1 for years, you still haven't unlocked Ra's al Ghul. How bad was Batman v Superman for you? I hated it. I hated it. The porn parody was better than that film, minus the sex. Like, take the sex out and it has a better plot than whatever the hell Batman v Superman was. Like, that was probably the second worst piece of media that I've ever seen that used Batman and Superman in one project. But yeah, I hated that film. Do you think Ghosts will be a 10? No, probably not. Is Harry really too angry in book 5? Dude, he's pretty angry. Yeah, if you read the book, he's really angry, and he's angry in the movies a bit, but it's understandable. Silent Hill sounds like a bulk simulator. It's just not my type of horror. 25,000. You need to see this for yourself. Okay, like, maybe one day I'll post, like, I'll do some pictures. Like, I'll take pictures and then post it on the screen. But I'm telling you, she has close to $25,000 to $30,000 worth of Legos. Like, she's got massive Legos. Like, she's got, like, you know the giant-sized Star Destroyers? She's got 3 of those. She's working on a Death Star. She wants to get a Titanic. And, like, this thing is so huge that when we move, you have to break it into pieces. Like, she has the Tower of Sauron. She's got the Disneyland. She's got the Eiffel Tower. And these are, like, the tiny ones. These are, like, the large size ones. She buys large sets that take, and she can complete them in, like, a couple of days. Like something like this. You know, I might get this done in like 3-4 hours. She probably could finish this in like an hour. Like she's that good at building. But I'm not lying. Trust me. Like if people really want to see images, like we'll do it next stream. And I'm telling you, her collection is massive. It's probably one of the biggest sets you'll ever see ever. PlayStation. Have I played Parasite Eve? No, I haven't. Sony needs to sponsor 3TG. Dude, I've been trying to do that for years. What rating would I give Arkham City and Arkham Knight? Arkham City is that's like a 9. Arkham Knight's like an 8, I would say. Pretty positive that's the scores I gave them when I reviewed both of those games. He's a 15-year-old being treated like a joke for telling the truth. He said being one of the most dangerous wizards of all time. Yeah, you know, he was kind of going through a lot. Legos are expensive. Oh, yeah, they're expensive. Didn't I just build one recently? Oh, yeah, I actually just built, like, the last one that I built, Lego set-wise, was this one. And yeah, this is the last Lego set that I built myself, and it's the Jedi Starfighter with Obi-Wan Kenobi from Attack of the Clones. I think I built this one like 2 months ago. I was like doing like a Lego live stream with a friend of mine, and she was building like a Lego set, and I went out and bought this. So yeah, that's the last Lego set that I worked on, and that'll be the next one. Batman Forever, 1997. That movie came out in 1995. Not 7. 1997 was Batman and Robin. I can imagine Bruce using the Tumbler as a last resort. I can also see Red Hood using it against Heretic. Yeah, probably. Batman Begins 2005. Would you instantly buy a Lego Metal Gear Solid? Probably. Which Assassin's Creed game has my favorite ending? Favorite ending? Probably. You know what? I'll say Black Flag. I think Black Flag definitely probably has my favorite ending, I'd say. Death Star pre-order post. No, pre. It's pretty big. Do you think Kingdom Hearts story should have ended at 2? Yes. Yes, it should have ended at 2. I mean, they could have gone to 3, but the problem is that the people working on 3 were not the people working on 2. And the story was completely forgotten. It has absolutely no middle section. And the story makes no sense. So, yeah. I think Lego Bismarck would be crazy. She's got a Yamato. Is Ghost gonna be a 10? No, probably not. Not from what I've seen. It's probably gonna be an 8.5. If there's a director's cut, it might push it up to a 9. But from what I've seen, it's looking like an 8.5, and that's exactly where I felt it was going to be, which puts it on par with Ghost of Tsushima, but it might be a little bit better in the game mechanics mode. Plus, I can't wait to add the collector's edition mask to the original mask. Like, they're gonna look so great together. Anyone remember Star Wars Transformers crossover? No, I've never heard of such a thing. What if she had a toy that was prone for glass? I have no idea. Did I watch the Fallout Anime Primate series? No, unfortunately, Chillmoon, I didn't. I'm not a Fallout fan, so yeah, I don't really watch TV shows for franchises I'm not really interested in. Kingdom Hearts was the first JRPG game you ever played. Wow, really? And you had a really great start. And I'm pretty sure I'm all caught up on questions, which I didn't think I'd do so easily. But, yeah. God damn it. Okay, we're back to being tied. Bottom of the 6th. Okay. Very good. Nothing to be too worried about. Final Fantasy X was my introduction to Final Fantasy, one of the best games ever played. Then you had a really great start, Jackie, because that is still my favorite JRPG game of all time and my second favorite game of all time. And I still love it. I play it at least once every year. Still do. Most Wanted is going to be damn amazing to play on Xbox to play again. Yeah, well, I could play it on my PlayStation 3 right now, so. Gold plastic syndrome is a phenomenon that occurs when metallic pigments was integrated into plastic. It would cause the plastic to become brittle over time and snap with little pressure. I don't know. Wow. I didn't know that. Metal Gear Solid 4 is so disliked amongst fans. Where have you heard that? I've not heard anybody say that they hated Metal Gear Solid 4. Like, dude, that you do know that game got so many 10s in some of the Game of the Years. Where are you getting that people hated 4? No one hated 4. Like, I don't hate 4. 4 is my third favorite video game of all time. So, I don't know where you must, because I'm telling you, there was a lot of 4s at MGS Con. Like they were doing like a which game do you think was best kind of cheer when we were doing the cosplay contest, and it was like kind of head to head between 2 and 4. So I don't know where you're hearing that people hated 4, because it's got the most perfect ending to a franchise I've ever seen until Phantom Pain fucked it up. So I've never heard of that. I think you do pretty good impression of Salt Sink Nick. They kept you waiting, huh? Okay. Well, I'm sure if I could hear it, I'm sure it would be a good impression. It isn't a popular opinion that Mega is too cinematic, less of a game, more cinematic. Okay, are they complaining about the hour-and-a-half long cutscene at the end? I mean, that has to get, like, you're trying to tie up a lot of plot points over 7 games ranging over 70 years. Like, I had no problem with that hour-and-a-half long cutscene, and to this day, it still holds the Guinness World Record of the longest video game cutscene of all time. I mean, if that's what they're complaining about, like, they're complaining that it's too cinematic? Where the fuck have you been since 1999? I mean, Metal Gear Solid 1 was cinematic. They're all cinematic. You literally can sit down and just watch the fucking cutscenes, and get a solid good 2.5 hour movie. So I don't know why people would be complaining and saying it's too cinematic. Like, dude, Metal Gear Solid is like the only game that can get away with being that cinematic. If any other franchise tried that, they'd have some real problems. So I've never heard of that. You're planning on playing Metal Gear Solids 1 through 4? Okay. You feel bad for Raiden. Guy deserved a hug. He did get a hug. I mean, if you see the end of Metal Gear Solid 4, he does get a hug. He gets reunited with his son and wife. I mean, he has a happy ending. Nothing bad happens to Raiden. I mean, he gets really fucked up in 4, but like he has a very happy ending. He probably has the happiest ending of any character at the end of 4. Used to collect Beyblades. Oh wow, Beyblades. Wow. I haven't heard that in a long time. In 3 years, MGS4 will turn 20 years old. Yes, I know, and that makes me feel really old. You saw Warner Brothers is going to make a Lord of the Rings game that is similar to game style of Hogwarts game. Okay. I mean, you know. Do I think Final Fantasy VIII was ahead of its time in terms of its elements? Not really. It was just, it felt like a natural progression. I don't think it had anything that felt ahead of its time. I mean, it, like, graphically, gameplay-wise, it was just an upgrade over 7. It felt like a natural upgrade. I mean, you don't really see a major leap until Final Fantasy X. Now, personally, I think 9 I think the problem with 9 is it came out the wrong time. Like, 9, with how it's structured and how it's story-thing, it should not be between 8 and 10. Like, if you had moved 9 and make that 7, and then 7 becomes 8, and then 8 becomes 9, and then 10 is 10, I think that's a better progression. Is Tekken really for amateurs? Yes, it is. If you're not good at Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, you go to Tekken or Dead or Alive or King of Fighters. You're playing Devil May Cry 5 right now. Oh, nice. Comic-Con. Who you playing as right now? So, not so funny story. Everything I try to play Final Fantasy VIII, something happens to my console. Either it gets stolen or busted. Damn. That sucks. That sucks. I hope you eventually get through that game. Comic Gamer, you're thinking about giving Dead Space a try, especially 2. They'll definitely play 2. That's my 4th favorite video game of all time and the scariest game I've ever played. I don't think it needs a remake like the first one did. I mean, I didn't think the first one needed a remake anyway, but I actually think the remake connects better with 2 than the original did. So, yeah, if you get around to playing Dead Space 2, yeah, I think you'll love it. Do you consider Batman Arkham Origins canon or not canon, even though it has a terrible Suicide Squad? Okay, number one, Arkham Origins is canon. It's a prequel, and it's fine. But no, Suicide Squad can go straight to hell. That is not canon. That game was garbage. That has nothing to do with Arkham. But yeah, why would you not think that Origins is canon? Of course it's canon. I think I remember hearing Square wanted to break away from the science fiction. Yeah, but they went back to it anyway back when it got to 10. That's why it doesn't make sense. I mean, I'd heard that story too, but it's like, oh, we wanted to get back to, the fantasy. It's like, guys, you've moved away from that. Like, you go with the steampunk with 7, and then you increase the technology, and then that would just increase. So that's why 9 just feels out of place. Like, if you had made 9 after 6, that makes sense. Like, 9 feels closer to its aesthetics and its atmosphere and its storytelling to something like 6, and it just doesn't fit between 8 and 10. Like, that's my biggest problem. Nero at the second mission. Oh, okay, so Nero just got his ass kicked. Okay. I think I remember your... Okay. I'm wanting to get Dead Space 2 until discount for Halloween season. Oh, okay. Yeah. What's the most beautiful video game you've ever played? Ooh, beautiful game I've ever played. This is gonna sound weird, but if we're talking beautiful, a lot of you people aren't gonna remember this game at all, but I actually really think probably one of the most beautiful games I've ever played Most of you guys have probably never played this. Mm, wait, let me see if I still have it. Hang on. Ah, yeah. Ah, here it is. Yep, found it. Yeah, a lot of you people probably will not remember this game or ever played it, but if I'm being honest, I actually think one of the most beautiful games I've ever played is 2008's Prince of Persia. It's so like I love its use of colors in terms of like the darkness, it makes everything kind of black and white, and it looks like a living painting, and I really like that. And the funny thing is this game, the cool well, I mean, some people might not think it's cool, but you actually cannot die in this game. Like it's the one game I can think of that you actually cannot die. Like if you try to get yourself killed, you can't get yourself killed. Like Elsa, like if you're about to go down, like she'll like blast the enemy and then like you'll automatically kind of be rejuvenated. Like if you throw yourself off a cliff, she'll like go after you and pick you up. You legitimately cannot die in this game. You cannot lose. And it's a Prince of Persia game that looks like a moving painting. So, yeah, pretty sure most of you have never heard or played or even remember this game. But yeah, I would say that was actually a really beautiful game. You saw EA is being bought out of company. I don't know who, but $55 billion. What the? Yeah, I heard it was being bought by some Saudi company or something. I don't know what they're gonna do. The greatest superhero game to me is X-Men Legends Rise of Apocalypse. Okay. I mean, I never played that. Final Fantasy IX was returned to form. It was returned to an older format that wasn't working. It felt outdated. Like, that's why I keep saying it doesn't, like, the biggest complaint is not only is it the single most forgettable game I've ever played, and I've beaten that game 3 times and I still don't remember what it was about, but it came out at the wrong time. Again, if they had released it, like, if you really wanted to try that prospect, play 12. Hmm. Hmm. Have I ever played Secret of Mana? Yes, I have. Who's more evil, Harley Quinn or Doc Ock? Definitely Doc Ock. Ever been to Sorrow Battle? Yes, I have. There's no way to die from that point on. You still haven't finished Marvel Ultimate Alliance? Hmm. How to watch X-Men movies in chronological order? I don't know. I would just do it in the order they came out. I don't really think it helps you to try to watch it in chronological order. If I'm being honest, I don't think I've ever tried that personally. Your first impression of 12 was that it was really dry. Really dry. Well, most of that game takes place in a desert, so can you really be surprised? Have I tried Earthbound? Yes, I have. The biggest game for me is 2026's Marvel Wolverine. Yeah, well, that looks like it's gonna be a solid game. I'll definitely be getting it next year for sure. Of course. It'll be rated M. Oh, of course it's gonna be rated M. All Wolverine does is murder and kill people. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, do you remember when they tried to make like Wolverine Origins PG-13? Didn't really work out too well for them, now did it? Have I played anything involving Warhammer 40k? No, I have not. Getsis from Earthbound is traumatizing? Yeah, maybe for some people. If Harley Quinn was in video game, would it be teen rated? You could go with both, to be fair. The Fox X-Men movie timeline is all over the place. Yeah, I agree. Wolverine is an angry manlet with 6 razor blades sticking out of his knuckles. Yeah, that pretty much sums up Wolverine. Just like Deadpool's game's rated M. Yeah, I would assume it would be something similar to something like Deadpool. I would imagine. I think that's the direction they would go. Okay, we're still tied. Alright. Hey, what's up, Gordon? Welcome to the stream. What's the most beautiful movie you've ever seen? Damn, that's tough. It would have to be probably Prince of Egypt, I'd say, for an animated film. Probably. What if they made another Deadpool game? Adult rating? No, it'd be an M rated. Can I summarize the plot of Snake Eater? Yeah, you go in as a secret agent assigned to kill 4 special elite soldiers and destroy a weapon called the Shagohod. That's really the plot to Metal Gear Solid 3. I mean, that's really it. Alright, well, we'll see what Ryan Reynolds does. You know, we'll see what he does. Am I in line with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in Boston Red Sox affiliation? Well, probably, obviously. I mean, who else? I mean, I don't know. I've never been to Boston, but like all my teams are Boston. It would almost seem kind of like destiny, really. Like, first I started out as a Patriots fan in a funny way. And then that kind of connected me to the Celtics, which made sense because the Celtics were green. My last name is Irish, and I despise anything LA. So it's just like, what team like fits that profile? I was like, and it's like, oh, the Boston Celtics. And then I feel the same way about New York. Like I don't like anything about New York. I hate LA and I hate New York. So it's just like, huh? And I don't like the Yankees. They win too damn much. Who's a good rival for them? Boston's like, wait a second. All 3 of my teams are from Boston. The Boston Red Sox, the New England Patriots, and the Boston Celtics. Like, oh my god. And I think that works. So I kind of accidentally discovered all my teams were Boston teams. So I was like, okay. And yet I've never actually been to Boston, but I still do. What's my favorite fighting type Pokemon? I don't really have one, to be fair. Like, I don't... What's the most epic video game I've ever played? Probably Metal Gear Solid 3. How would I rate Metal Gear Solid 1 out of 10? That's an 8. Metal Gear Solid 1, yeah, that's a solid 8. I even by today's standards. Am I going to get Lego Pokemon? No. Have I ever rode a horse? No, but I want to. Damn, he pulled that cap around perfectly timed. Yes. Why do you hate New York? It just seems like a city full of assholes. Like, you can't live there unless you're an asshole. It just seems like the world's central of assholes. Like, I don't know. I just get that feeling. I don't know anyone from New York, and I hope no one here's from New York, but I just get that sense that you get like New Yorkers are just very mean people. Like they're not very nice. Would I live in LA? Hell no. Fuck that. I don't like living in. I've lived in California twice and I hated it both times. Hey guys, just time out. I'm gonna go get some water real quick. I typically get water during streams, so hang on. All right, just need just a little refreshment. It's cool. I'm a Laker fan because LeBron James is on the team. Yeah, well, he's got a 4-6 record in the finals, so you know. Yours is Lucario. Okay. Even against my home team, Miami Heat, a few finals ago. Why Metal Gear Solid 1's an 8? I think it's an 8 because I think the story, it's very, very good, but the gameplay is very, very dated. Doesn't look very good by today's standards. I mean, I would say Twin Snakes is a better looking game, and it added a number of gameplay mechanics, and I think the story was a little bit more flashy. But there's nothing wrong with an 8. 8's still a great game. I mean, it's a great game. I just think they're better games in the franchise. Revolver Ocelot, what's up with that guy? Well, Revolver Ocelot is a very, very complicated man with a very long history. Well, I know LA, it's just an awful place. Like, anytime I go to LA, something bad happens. From what I've heard, New York is weird. Like, a bipedal turtle in a trench coat wouldn't raise an eyebrow. Probably. Brad Pitt as BJ Blazkowicz Wolfenstein, I think he's too old now. Maybe if he was 10 or 15 years younger, yes, but no, not today. I think he's too old. Personally. What would you say to a person who will become the new live-action Wolverine, though you won't watch the films because you're done with Marvel? I mean, I hope he does a good job, but yeah, I'm done with MCU. Just hope they have fun with it. Are New York citizens really that bad? From what I've heard, they're that bad. Hey, Brian, nice glasses. Thanks. I mean, I got like 5 pair of them. So there's that one. There's that one. There's that one. So yeah, I got like a bunch of them. Which is worse, Delta or Twin Snakes? They're not bad games. I mean, why? Like, I don't even know how to answer that question because one, I'll never play Delta, and I haven't played Twin Snakes. I want to play Twin Snakes, but it's locked on the GameCube, and I don't want to play Delta. So, I think the term worse is not a good word because I'm pretty sure they're both solid games. I don't know if you talked about why you stopped playing Indiana Jones, but if you did, could you say again why? Because it wasn't in the chat earlier. Okay, my problem with Indiana Jones is I felt the game was way too stealthy. Apparently I only played the game for like 2.5 hours. It felt like 20 hours. And the best part was literally maybe the first 30 minutes when it just redid the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark. But it was just way too stealthy for an adventure game. Like, it got to a point where I was so frustrated I had lost track of what I was supposed to be doing. And like, there were multiple points where I was being like, this game is so stealthy. I could spend 30 to 40 minutes sneaking around this courtyard trying to be stealthy and trying not to raise an alarm, or I can literally pick up this shovel and just bash every Nazi upside the head. And I really hated how your items kept breaking, which makes no sense because in the end, in order to, do you know how much force you would have to hit somebody so that the shovel breaks? Like these are solid steel shovels. This shit should not be breaking. It was just too stealthy. It took too long to do anything. And when I actually saw the story was okay, but it dragged on. And I was just not having a fun time with it. Like, it was pretty much Chronicles of Riddick, but with Indiana Jones. And I just felt like the stealth element, for me personally, was too much. I wanted to play, like, if I go into a Chronicles of Riddick game, I know it's to be stealthy. If you go into something like Thief or Dishonored, those are stealth games. I did not expect to be a primarily stealth game for an action-adventure franchise with a character that doesn't really do that much stealth. I mean, trust me, is there stealth in the movies? Yeah, but it's mainly kind of fast-paced action-adventure thrill ride. And that's not what this game was. So, yeah, I just gave up on it. Luckily, Ghost should be arriving tomorrow, so, you know. What anime arc do I think is the most overrated? Personally, it's the Entertainment District in arc in Demon Slayer. I've never seen Demon Slayer, so overrated? I really don't know. Fun fact, you got a wooden bat for home defense. You got it for like $3. It needed to be cleaned up though. Okay. So you're sticking with the old Marvel films. I'm not sticking with any old Marvel films. I haven't seen Endgame. The last one I've ever seen was Infinity War, and I laughed my ass off at the end. I was like, I don't need to see another MCU film again after this. Like out of all the MCU films, only 3 of them I think are good enough to watch a second time. But most Marvel films, I saw them once in theaters, and then I never saw them again. So I wasn't even really a big MCU fan to begin with. What was my reaction and thought of Ocelot realizing that his hand got cut off in Metal Gear Solid? It took some time to realize. Well, I'm sure all of us would have that same reaction. You approve of the Konami remake? Heck, that's fine. Dude, they've already I approve a Konami remake of Metal Gear Solid 1. Gordon, they've already remade that. It came out in 2005. It's called Twin Snake. That is a bona fide shot-by-shot remake of 1. So I think it's weird that people want a remake of the remake. I mean, is that the business we're in now? We're remaking games of remakes? Do you drink Starbucks? Not very often. You're super... I'm sure Delta is way better than Stupid Pain. I'm sure it is. Do I have Deviant Art? No. Metal Gear Solid TV series led up to final finale movie? No. Just do a TV series. It doesn't need a movie. Did I watch... What's his name? Video on LeBron James bricking 3-point shots? No, I've never seen it. Or Metal Gear Solid movie that begins? No. No. We don't need a movie. Do I like Buffalo Bills? No, because I'm a New England fan and we're about to get our asses kicked. But, heck, as long as Kansas City loses, I don't really care who wins the Super Bowl. I just hate Kansas City with every ounce in breath. I said once Brady was out the door, the Buffalo Bills were going to win the division for an entire decade. And I'm being proven right. We're like 6 years in since Brady left, and the Bills have been the predominant team in the AFC East. It's not even been close. I don't even think... So I think there's going to be, I don't think the Patriots will be able to really compete with them for, another 2-3 years tops. But no, I don't hate Buffalo. I'm pretty sure I think they have probably the best chance to get to a Super Bowl this year. I mean, Ravens are out of the way. Cincinnati just lost Joe Burrow. Don't really feel the Steelers. Kansas City looks kind of vulnerable. The door seems kind of open for Buffalo. I don't really see any team in the AFC that really is better. So I'd say if they want to get to the Super Bowl, this is the year to do it. Don't worry, Zach. Don't worry, being late. Don't worry. You're talking about old X-Men. Oh, sticking with old X-Men? Oh, yes. Yes, the Fox films, yes. Yes, that's what I'm sticking with. The Last of Us is a game of remakes of remakes. Exactly, and that just gets annoying. Did they just re-release it again? Was Metal Gear Solid 5 Kojima's idea? I'm sure he had a lot of ideas, but once they kicked him out the door, Konami came in and fucked the game up. We need an remaster. We need Injustice 1 and 2 remastered. I 100% agree. I would absolutely rebuy and get remastered copies of Injustices 1 and 2. Absolutely. Do I mind remasters of games? Absolutely not. I support all remasters. Remakes, not so much. Remasters so I can replay them on a current gen console? Absolutely. X-Men Days of Future Past is a masterpiece. I absolutely agree with you on that. That is my favorite teen superhero film of all time. I've seen that multiple times. Am I going to see One Punch Man Season 3? No, not really. Not really a One Punch Man fan. Have I ever seen Good Will Hunting? Yes, I have. Very emotional film. Was Metal Gear Solid 5 Kojima's idea? How it came out was not Kojima's idea. I'm pretty sure had Kojima stayed on, it would have been a very different game story-wise. You said Infamous 1 and 2 remaster, not Injustice. Oh, okay, Infamous, my apologies. Yes. Remake them both, yes. We don't need a remake of Injustice 1 and 2. We could use a remaster, because I'm pretty sure Injustice 3 is coming, so heck, a remaster of both of those would be fine. I mean, dude, they're re-releasing most of the Mortal Kombats, so, and those look good. You prefer Resident Evil 4 HD over the remake? Fuck yes, I do. The remake is not even that good. That remake is trash. It's not even Resident Evil 4 anymore. Call it something else. Call it something else. I don't care. It's not 4 to me. Would you like a remaster of the first 4 Ratchet and Clank games? I don't think so, because they've already remastered those games for the PlayStation 3. And I can play that any time. So, no. The first, they don't need to. I already have it. It's fine. I can play it anytime I want. Story-wise, a different Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, it would be a very different story. No question. Comic Gamer Entertainment. I would get Devil May Cry Trilogy HD remastered over a remake. Technically, we already had a remaster. Technically speaking. I mean, yeah, technically Comic Gamer, they've already done it. Like, here's the original 3, and then here it's HD remaster. I mean, I still play my PlayStation 3 all the time, so I don't really need a remaster again. Like, it plays just fine. This definitely looks better than these 3 games. Will 3TR watch one battle after another? Probably not. I don't know. I don't really go to movies all that much anymore. What concept do I think Persona 6 will have? I have no idea. I just hope it's good. If Kojima is 100% on board with Metal Gear Solid 5, I think you would be Snake the entire time. Yeah, I agree. Same with Metal Gear Solid Trilogy over Delta. Who knows? Holy shit, 15 people here? Damn. I'm still waiting for the day we get to 20. And, god damn it. Jesus, we're still tied. One out. We got someone on base 2. You don't like how this is looking. I don't like it when it gets tight like that. Who was more dominant, Goldberg or Brock Lesnar? Well, I didn't watch either one of them. I never watched Goldberg when he was in WCW. I didn't start watching wrestling till 2005, so I kind of missed both those guys. But just from what I've seen, it does look like Brock Lesnar is a lot more dominant now than he was then. So I guess Brock Lesnar by default. You forgot Snake Eater was on 3DS. Yes, it is on 3DS, and I have a copy of that. Leonardo and Sean Penn are pretty cool. Yeah, I'm sure. Death Stranding is long. Well, it's a Kojima game. All Kojima games are long. What would I give Devil May Cry 4 Special Editions? Oh, that's easily a 9. And yeah, not, that's like a 9, sure. My only problem with it is that it's more fun playing as Dante, and playing as Nero is too easy. And you're basically just playing the game forward and backwards. Like, literally. Like, you're playing the game forward as Nero, and it's easy. And then you're playing the game completely backwards as Dante, and it's more fun to play as Dante. It's a lot more challenging. Like, that was really my only complaint with Devil May Cry 4, which is why I have no idea why the fuck they gave Ninja Theory access to it to make that Abomination DMC. It's like you would only do that if your franchise is in a bad spot. Like, Devil May Cry 4 was not a bad game. It was a fantastic game. It's just, you know, I wish you gave Dante his own missions instead of just having me play Nero's missions backwards. I mean, that's my only issue with that game. You enjoyed playing Metal Gear Solid Collection. They have it on Vita. Yes, they do. You wished it had Metal Gear Solid 1 since it had Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. Weird. Did not have 1. Yeah. You like Sean Penn movies? I mean, he's okay, but I wouldn't say he's one of my favorite actors. He's not like Daniel Day-Lewis or Denzel Washington here. We got about 7 more minutes, so if you guys got anything, get them out now. Evan Peters as Dante live action? No. Don't want a live action Devil May Cry movie? Nope. Like, I hear they're doing like a live action God of War, and that scares the hell out of me. I was like if you're gonna do it, I would prefer they start off with like young Kratos, but like from what I've heard, they want to focus on old Kratos. And I was just like, oh man, you can't erase the original style of games. I mean, do I think Ragnarok is an overall better game? Sure, but I think God of War 3 is more fun. Yes, I know. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is like Two Towers. Yeah, I agree. In that sense. Daniel Day-Lewis has a new movie coming out. Yes, I know. Thoughts on Insomniac's Wolverine trailer? It looks like a solid game. Can't wait to play it next year. Would you buy a Lego PlayStation set? Yes, I would. And I'm surprised they don't already have that. My sister has she has like an Atari set and like a old school NES set. You watched Wolverine and the X-Men cartoons, X-Men Evolution? Yes, I have. Do I like How to Train Your Dragon trilogy? I never watched it. People say it should be Henry Cavill for God of War movie. Well, he's busy filming Highlander, so he can't do that, and that would be weird. I don't think Henry Cavill's a good fit for Kratos. Leonardo DiCaprio learned a lot from Daniel Day-Lewis in the movies Gang of New York. Yes, I heard. God damn it. It's getting tight. So you're still not watching Tron Ares, right? Yep, not interested. Not for me. I wanted a sequel to Legacy, and I'm not getting that. So I'll pass. You know, it's kind of funny. I like as we get older, I go to less and less movies. I think I've only seen maybe 2, maybe 3 movies this year. Like I remember when I was first doing this channel, I would like make it a goal of mine to see a movie every single weekend. And now I'm down to like, yeah, I'm lucky if I go to the movies a few times a year. Do I prefer Ian McKellen or Michael Fassbender's Magneto? Okay, here's the thing. I think they are the best at playing their particular version. So I don't prefer either one of them because they play their variations incredibly well. Ian McKellen is very good as an older Magneto. Michael Fassbender is magnificent as a younger Magneto. So I don't really prefer either one. Heard, you've seen it in string. The movie includes Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, I've seen that movie. It was okay. My big movie for 2026 is Doomsday and MK2. Well, you have fun with that. In 2026, you turn 21. Well, if you ever get to meet in person, we could have a drink. What's a film you like so much you would want it to be re-released back in theaters so you could experience it on the big screen? Well, technically it's already happened. A movie I never got to see in theaters that I really loved was Terminator 2. And I did happen to see that in theaters. It came out in 3D a number of years ago. So I've already seen it in theaters again. Leonardo DiCaprio or Brad Pitt? In what way? Like, who's a better actor? Who am I a better fan of? You gotta be specific here. And we got like 2 more minutes before I have to head out. Damn, that's tough. Ooh, that's really tough. Who do I think is a better actor? Personally, I have seen Leonardo DiCaprio has more range than Brad Pitt, so I'll give Leo the slight edge just because he is the lead in my favorite movie of all time. So, you know, you can't really, you know, that's a hell of a that's a hell of a feat. You think Jason Tatum will ever win MVP? Not this season. No, not after coming back from that injury. I don't think the Celtics will get a very high seed. They'll be lucky to even enter the playoffs this year. Very lucky. I don't think they're going to be very good this year. What's a game you think will be on the PlayStation 6 that hasn't been announced yet? Pretty sure we'll get another Horizon. The third Horizon game, I'm sure, will be PlayStation 6. So you got any favorite X-Men from the cartoons I mentioned? Yeah, not exactly. Big Boss is the answer. I would play DMC Reboot. Favorite movie of all time is Inception. And that's where I'll have to cut it today. This was a fun stream. You know, hopefully I come up, if you guys have any ideas for videos, because I really haven't had any solid video ideas, make sure you send them to me in like a comment, and I'll try to work on them tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm not really doing all that much. Until, you know, hopefully get my hands on Ghosts. So, again, I want to thank all of you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys had fun. I had fun as well. And like always, you guys stay awesome, and I will catch you back here next Wednesday at 4:03 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, like always. So, you guys have a good day, and I will catch you all later.